And it's time now for Sports. Muftau Nabila is here with the very latest. Hello, Muftau. Hi. So the Ghana Football Association has a duty, a mandate to actually explain to Ghanaians why we didn't do well at AFCON. I mean, it's in the right place for Parliament to invite them.
Yeah, it is. But I actually think that this one looks like the Commission of Inquiry that we had in 2014 to explain why the Black Stars players demanded for appearance fees, and some of them wanted to boycott training session and all that. Yeah, it's actually right that the Parliament decides that come and explain to why we didn't win the AFCON. What are some of the problems? What solutions can we provide for you and all that? I only think that they're just overstepping some of their boundaries. I'm thinking so because there are some of the things that no matter what they do, they will never get answers to. And I'm not sure the GFA will come and will not say stories that are going to be in their favor. I'm not sure the Black Stars players, when they invited, are not going to say stories that are going to be in their favor. So you will end up, yes, having a fruitful exercise, but the results are not going to be very positive. That's why I have a little bit of reservation, because I listened to some of the members of Parliament on the floor of Parliament, and they sounded, excuse my language, so ignorant about the issues in relation to the national team. And if you're very ignorant about some of the key things that are happening within the national team, even player callers, and now you're inviting these people to come and offer you.
They will still come and tell you and use all the technical, the jargons, and then walk away. But indeed, what are really the problems facing us, which the GFA wouldn't want to talk about, but they are the core problems?
I think the bigger issue that many people have never been willing to talk about is about what is stand to benefit within the national team, where most people see this Black Stars setup as a team that they can use to add value to their players and market them. When you're able to add value to your player, it's much easier for you to sell that player. And even the Minority Leader of Parliament actually stood on the floor of Parliament and said that his player, Fatawi Sahako, since he got an invitation to the Black Stars, his value shot up, and he's been able to sell him for a huge amount of money. Per what we know, it's like 1.5 million euros that 17-year boy old has been sold to a club in Portugal. So what it means is that most of these people within the national team have always used the national team as a tool to be able to market their players, and that's what is not helping the national team.
So they would want to get their players even though they do not fit, or they cannot get us what you're looking for.
And the other thing has to do with the internal bickering that has always been within the team. You have people would not be willing to say it, but the Black Stars team, as we see it, have got 3 different camps. You've got the captain's camp, the deputy captain's camp, another player who also claims he's a senior player camp.
Which is not fair. I mean,
they all go on the pitch and they're not passing the ball to each other very well. They go on the pitch. One is not willing to cover up for the other. And it makes it really, really difficult. It's a team sport.
No, it's a team. I mean, you have to play as a team. And that explains why this one, they have to play like a formation. And then you see that one person has the football and they want to go and score. So they'll say Muftau is the one who really scored the goal.
And even if you look at the team that played in the just ended AFCON, you would notice that anytime the ball was either on the left or on the right-hand side and it was cutting through the right back, the person who was supposed to provide cover for the right back was not doing it.
Was not there.
And you ask questions and they give you some of the flimsiest of excuses you will ever hear because you think that the person is not up to the standard of playing for the national team. And there's always this feeling that the players called up as substandard. There's this feeling that, let's go and play and go. So it's when you speak to these players,
and it's really sad.
Can you imagine when Ghana was losing to Comoros? Some of them were seated in the stands, sending messages to journalists, and were laughing.
It's really sad.
No, you were going to take the $30,000.
Well, let's see how it goes in Parliament.
I'm not sure they're going to get anything. The National Sports Authority has been invited. Gorka has been invited. The Ministry of Youth and Sports has been invited. It's unclear when. I know the NSA will appear before the committee tomorrow, as well as Gorka. But I'm not sure when Andrea will appear, though I've made to understand that letters have been sent to all parties to make appearance before the committee.
we'll see how it goes. But today there's a big game happening.
The UEFA Champions League. Arguably the biggest club competition in the world. It makes it 10 to 9. It's Paris Saint-Germain, underachievers of this tournament, and Real Madrid, the record champions of the competition. It's a big, big night. I'm not sure what's likely to happen, considering the fact that Real Madrid so far have had so-so performances. PSG themselves have not been great. That's why there's little questions surrounding what this fixture is going to look like. On paper, it's a great match, but on the pitch, I'm not sure we're going to have a very great match. There's a possibility that Paris Saint-Germain might not come up. But one interesting thing about these fixtures are now that the away goal rule has been scrapped.
Okay.
So whether you win 1-0 or 5-0 or what, and then you score 2 away goals, they're no longer going to count. So if you win 5-0 or 3-0 at home, the other team that's going to also play at home must score more. Yeah. So away goal rules are no longer going to be applicable in this competition. And that's one interesting thing that I would actually be looking out for. There's also Sporting Lisbon versus Manchester City. Okay. Manchester City also underachievers in the competition. They've never won it before. They were in the final in last year against Chelsea. Unfortunately, they lost to Chelsea. I'm sure Pep Guardiola is seeking to redeem himself in this competition. He's won it twice with Barcelona in 2009 and 2011, beating Manchester United in both finals. He went to Bayern Munich, it never worked out. Now he's at Manchester City. Will he work out this time around? Maybe that game against Sporting Lisbon will give us an idea about what they can do. But the biggest stage of this competition has always been the semi-final, where the big guns will always be there to maybe tell the stories of the competition.
We'll live to see how that goes also, but that will be it for
Thanks
sports.
For having
Thank you, Muftal, for bringing us sports. That will be it also for News Desk. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Many thanks for watching. For more news, log on to myjoyonline.com. Let's meet again at 12 midday.